This is OwlUp, where learning happens in minutes, not hours. For a deeper journey, explore all our courses at owlup.co. Now, let's dive in. Chapter 1 of The Science of Attraction: Chemistry, Biology, and Beyond. The Chemistry of Love, Beyond Butterflies. In this chapter, you'll learn: identify major neurotransmitters involved in attraction. Let's dive in. Romantic love lights up your brain's reward system almost as intensely as a small dose of cocaine. Now picture two people on a first date: sweaty palms, racing hearts, zero appetite. Are they sick? Or is their brain quietly running one of nature's most powerful chemical experiments? Testosterone whispering, "Go closer." Dopamine shouting, "Don't look away." Oxytocin quietly taking notes for the long term. Your love life is less a mystery than a multi-layered negotiation among molecules with very different agendas. That flutter you call a crush feels spontaneous, but under the surface, your hormones are running a rapid-fire evaluation. Is this person genetically compatible? Emotionally safe? Worth the metabolic cost of obsession and, eventually, commitment? What's more, those inner signals aren't fixed. Sleep, stress, birth control, even how often you work out can nudge your chemistry toward lust, intense focus, or steady comfort. Two people on the same date may be living totally different internal realities simply because their bodies are weighting those chemical votes differently. Understanding that shifting mix is the first step to seeing why some connections erupt and others quietly, stubbornly grow. So instead of asking, "Is this love real or just chemicals?" a more useful question is, which chemical phase am I mostly in right now, and does it match what I want? Lust can spike from something as trivial as a late-night text. Attraction can be amplified by novelty, uncertainty, or even a looming deadline. Attachment deepens through boring-sounding habits like shared meals and consistent sleep. Modern life constantly tugs these levers. Dating apps keep you in attraction mode, long work weeks starve attachment, and social media sprinkles micro-hits of attention that can feel like counterfeit intimacy. Just when you think you just have a type, your lab results would probably disagree. Attraction and attachment don't show up as poetic destiny. They show up as changing levels of norepinephrine, serotonin, phenylethylamine, vasopressin, and more, quietly reshaping what feels magnetic, safe, or boring. Take attraction first. When someone suddenly seems all you can think about, norepinephrine is helping etch their details into memory while keeping you slightly wired. Light sleep, jittery focus, a weird loss of appetite. At the same time, serotonin tends to dip, a pattern that overlaps with obsessive thinking. That's one reason early romance can feel uncannily like an anxiety disorder that you're strangely grateful to have. Phenylethylamine, often called PEA, stacks on top of this, cresting for many couples somewhere between 6 and 18 months. As its levels fade, people often mistake that shift for falling out of love, when in reality, the relationship is being handed off from the high-voltage circuits of early pursuit to the slower, sturdier machinery of attachment. Here, vasopressin and longer-term oxytocin patterns become more important. These don't just make you feel close in the moment. Over time, they reinforce routines like sleeping in the same bed, raising kids, or even sharing a bank account. Remarkably, genetic differences in vasopressin receptors have been linked to how likely some people are to pair bond strongly versus keep one foot out the door. Context also hijacks this chemistry. Dangerous, novel, or time-pressured situations tend to amplify attraction, partly via stress hormones that sharpen attention. That "we trauma-bonded on a work project" feeling isn't purely metaphorical. Your body tags the person who's beside you in intense moments as unusually significant. And contrary to the cuddle hormone myth, oxytocin doesn't only soften you. In certain conditions, it can sharpen the line between us and them, deepening protectiveness toward a partner, but also jealousy when you sense a threat. Love's molecules are less like soft focus filters and more like a set of switches that can flip between comfort, vigilance, and craving depending on the story your life is telling. A crush at work can feel wildly different from one on vacation, even if the person is similar. At the office, constant deadlines and caffeine quietly stack with attraction chemistry, so a teammate who helps you hit a launch might start to feel disproportionately important. On a slow beach trip, though, the same kind of person might barely ping your radar until you've shared a few late-night walks and your nervous system has time to downshift toward calm connection. Context also shapes chemistry mismatches. One partner finishing a brutal exam season may still be wired for novelty and intensity, while the other, fresh from a restful break, finds themselves craving predictability and small routines. Neither reaction is more real. They're just different internal settings interpreting the same relationship. Travel is a classic amplifier. Delayed flights, new cities, and shared problem-solving can fast-track the feeling that you've known someone forever, when in fact your body is tagging them as the person who helped you navigate uncertainty. A future twist: we may soon track relationship vitals the way we check step counts, subtle shifts in arousal, calm, or focus hinting when partners are drifting out of sync. That could enable earlier repairs, but also new pressures, like feeling obliged to optimize every date. Think of it like getting a credit score for how you connect. Your challenge this week: notice one moment your body says yes or no in connection before your thoughts explain it away. Your challenge this week: treat your feelings like weather, not laws. Instead of asking, "Is this the one?" try, "What season am I in with this person? Stormy, thawing, or quietly sunny?" Then ask what tiny experiment, a new conversation, boundary, or shared risk, might nudge the climate toward the kind of connection you actually want. This was OwlUp, your daily step forward. To keep learning with structured courses and more insights, go to owlup.co. Until tomorrow!